Alright, we got a new chapter of Bokuben. This one is called After Slushy Shenanigans, They Grow Closer to X, as I predicted. I believe I predicted this, or at least I was thinking about it later. When you have something that starts with the beginning of the test, it's quite likely that the next chapter isn't actually going to be a little dive into that test, which I was sort of looking forward to. Like, we talked a bit about that. We talked about, like, ass class and stuff, and fun ways that you can depict a test. But in retrospect, this is so much more likely. The cut to after the test, and then there's kind of a discussion about how it went and stuff like that. Kind of, it's pretty common in manga, like a little skip forward, look back, skip forward, look back. Anyways, okay, so they all rush over to the Nariyuki household. Looks like she brought some udon. The little sister guarding the gate. My brother's out seeing his doctor. Right, I don't know when he'll be back. I'll have to stop by some other time. Except for Takemoto-senpai. Of course. Oh, she's just saying, like, oh, you can hang out now? Like, we can just hang out together? Someone screeches in. Is Sensei driving him around? Only Sensei drives like this. Yeah. So they're in, I guess, her hospital. Everyone's freaking out because Senpai and Kohai look a little close here, but whatever. Sure. Okay. Fun little setup. Nariyuki, of course, in a cast, on a crutch, on the verge of vomiting. I wonder how long he'll be incapacitated like this. It's a neat little plot arc. Don't cause anyone stress and worry on the day of the exam. Thank you so much for all your support. Yes. This did put a lot on them during the test, I'm sure, but just the sprained ankle. Mizu and Fumino, all of you seem to have done well. Really? Okay, so I guess this is probably pretty common in Japan, that you do your test, and then because there's various practice tests and stuff too, or no, you don't even need like practice tests. You just have to remember like what questions were on the test, and then just look up if you got them right or not, so you can self-assess what score you're gonna get. So that's fine. Like, you know, sometimes there's the big, ooh, what are my results gonna be? But that makes a lot more sense to be saved for the individual university application arcs. Because those, just because you know what grade you got, you don't know whether or not that grade is good enough to make it in, right? So it makes more sense to have that kind of anticipation there. Here we just get like a really, there's a sense you can do sometimes of like a beautiful anticlimax, you know, where there's all this buildup, there's all this tension, and then in the end, it's just like, yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, I like that. Really cute shot of Nariyuki. Give him a thumbs up. I love it. So everyone swarms on. Could I ride in your car again sometime? Whoa, she loves it. Ruka loves it. Everyone else is terrified. Okay. Sensei. Oh! And then a snow fight begins. Even after Nariyuki hurt himself so badly, they can't help but chuck this slush around. Ooh. And now even Imoto-san is getting involved. And Nariyuki just looking on like, what can you do? What can you do? Oh, what a lovely shot. Full of winter energy. Ritsu looking really unfortunate here. God dang, just plastered. Just getting a little emotional. Such a beautiful moment. Yeah. It's really nice that he acknowledged that, you know? Normally he'd be so flustered by Senpai kind of teasing him that he wouldn't really say anything coherent. He wouldn't actually express his feelings at all. But yeah, it is a beautiful moment. Oh boy. All right. It was a beautiful moment. And now it is a fan servicey moment. I'd be kind of furry, but I still accept you, Kohai. The mom comes home. I like that she's most disappointed in Sensei. After all of that misunderstanding, she still somehow emerged with quite a lot of respect for this teacher. I was shocked to see her whipping Snow around with everyone else. All of you inside now. Oh, and now we're getting some bathing. Sure, sure. And this is probably, yeah, the most awkward combination, leaving out combinations with Nariyuki, I guess. Because, of course, she was their tutor. She was their first tutor. She was the one that really confronted them about this whole career decisions thing. And we've like re-examined that incident, this relationship, from a number of lenses now. And it's quite nice how like more complex it's gotten. But for them, you know, they are not privy to all of these flashbacks and all of these different perspectives. For these two, it's still kind of a tense relationship, I'm sure. Okay, I guess they were scheming to aim for some sort of reconciliation. Wow. Thank you so much for asking, Yukiya. That's a good way to kind of talk. Yeah. That's a fine thing to bring up at first. I always thought you were cold-hearted. I'm really sorry I've been so rude to you. Yeah. Yeah. It was just a failure to communicate. Really sorry. Sure. Sensei doesn't know what to say. I always thought people have to pursue their talents to achieve happiness. That was my job as a teacher to steer students in that direction. And that if I let them get off course, they would wind up unhappy like me. Even if they resented me for it, I felt that was my duty. I pushed my egotistical beliefs onto you. Others have helped me understand that my beliefs are wrong. And you are living proof. The one who owes you both an apology. Aww. Oh, this is really nice. This is not what I expected from this chapter. I thought it would just be snow fun, and snowballs and stuff. But I guess we're entering maybe the stage of the series, kind of an end game now, where all of these plot points are kind of being wrapped up, not like incidentally, not with any kind of I don't want to suggest any sort of like callousness or over casualness or anything like that. It's more just that like everything is just kind of coming to a head now. That it's only natural for them to be having these conversations because they've all reached this point of emotional maturity. They've all reached the point on their character arcs where they're willing to say things like this again. You know? Yeah. Well, I think I know, and I think it's quite nice. So they're eating up. Hot pot. I love hot pot. What better on a cold day like this? Yeah. So they're really happy that the three get along so well now. Trying to feed their beloved sensei. Aww, he's so happy. Yeah. Come on, don't tease him. He's just feeling emotional. This has been a long journey for him too. It is so moving. How nice. I'm happy for you, sensei. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's really gonna hurt. That's unfortunate. But sure, reconciliation was achieved. Okay. And we have some classic comic book swearing there at the bottom. I wonder what that was in Japanese. I'd be curious how they translated that. All right, good times, good chapter. I really didn't expect that there would be this big reconciliation of kind of one of the core conflicts or tensions of the series, this relationship between Fumino and Ogata and Sensei. But even though it kind of just came up, I thought it was quite organic. Like the fact that this whole rescuing Nariyuki thing, it's like they can't ignore it anymore. That's something they have to thank her for. And so from there, it's just a natural step to kind of let it all out, to bare your soul. Of course, naked in the bath. That's called a metaphor. It's not just fan service if it's a metaphor. See?